Okay, I sort of lost track of time in the last video, so we ended the last video in the middle of problem 7. So in problem 7 we have this 10-pound bag of meat. We need to divide it up into sandwiches that each use 0.25 or a quarter pound each. So we're going to take the 10-pound bag, 10 divided by 0.25. But we can't divide by a decimal, we need to be dividing by a whole number. So I'm going to move my decimal 2 places here to make that 25. And I can do that as long as I move this decimal 2 places and make that 1,000. Now 25 doesn't go into 1 or 10, but it goes into 100 4 times. 4 times 25 is 100. And 25 goes into 0 times. Our decimal is lined up right there. So the answer to this is 40 sandwiches. And you know, if you look at this amount, every 4 sandwiches would equal 1 pound. So you'd get 4 sandwiches per pound, or 40 sandwiches for the 10-pound bag. Number 8, which of these number line models represents this equation, -2 plus 5? So we always start at the origin, and then we go the direction of this first integer, so it's -2, so we're starting at 0 and going 2 to the left, and then from where that leaves off we add the 5, so we go 5 to the right from that point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so the answer is actually the very first one, answer choice A. And just to check our work, -2 plus 5, the signs are different, which they are. You find the difference. 5 minus 2 is 3. And then you keep the sign of the integer that is farthest from 0, and +5 is further from 0 than -2, so it's +3. And our model ends at +3, so that's further confirmation that we picked the correct model. Just to be sure, since answer choice A was the correct answer, let's check these other ones. The model in B is actually showing us -5 plus +2. We go 5 to the left and then we add 2. Answer choice C is showing us -5 plus a -2, because we get here and then we go 2 to the left. So we're actually subtracting 2 or adding another -2. The problem with answer choice D is in these models you start at the origin, but then the integer that you're adding starts where the first integer left off, and both of these are extending from the origin, so this one does not work. So definitely answer choice A in this case. Number 9, 25 students are in an art class. 12% of these students also take theater arts. Which fraction represents 12%? Now, the tricky part about a problem like this is you have to make sure, remember all the do-nows where we wrote down what are we trying to find. Here we're trying to find the fraction that represents 12%. You could easily misinterpret this problem as what is 12% of 25 or something like that, but that's not what it's asking. It's just asking for a fraction that's equivalent to 12%. So percent is per 100, so 12 out of 100, that's 12%. And then we simplify that fraction, divide by 2. We get 6 over 50, which makes me realize I could have simplified in one step. But if the greatest common factor doesn't jump out at you, it's not a problem. Just as long as you're careful with your work, you can simplify in as many steps as it takes. 6 divided by 2 is 3, and 50 divided by 2 is 25. So looking for 3/25, there it is. Answer choice C. Number 10. No, I'm gonna wait on number 10. Okay, I'll pick up with number 10 on the next video.